Awesome. So good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Talks with Teena. This is a weekly intentional fitness focused self-care. We're going to talk about everything under the sun for health and fitness and try to prioritize our health. And we're doing this all during our lunch break. So we are going into week 15 and we're talking about being unapologetically active. So let's get going with our housekeeping so we can get into our talk. I am your host, Teena Cathay. I'm a business owner, certified personal trainer, and health coach. I am currently serving in the Air National Guard, and I'm an advocate for women finding balance. As I stated, I am a certified personal trainer. However, I'm not a medical professional. So before you start any new fitness routine, I advise you to consult with your primary care physician prior to starting any new fitness routine. All right, funding disclaimer. Funding for this initiative is provided in part by Mission Ambition LLC and Teena Cathay Lifestyle LLC. Also, we have many military women participating in this series, thanks to Michigan Department of Health and Human Services through the Community Mental Health Association of Michigan. They are providing additional funding for this initiative through a federal community mental health block grant and a substance abuse prevention and treatment block grant supporting women better and strong. Guidelines. Please be respectful. No selling or soliciting. Don't judge others or yourself. And have fun, document, write things down, all that good stuff. All right, so last week we talked about unapologetic about your workout schedule. So we talked about not stretching ourselves too thin, saying no when we needed to. Family members or friends can kind of come around every so often, which is awesome, to ask us to do things outside of our normal routine, again, which is fine. But if you have a set schedule that you're trying to stick to, it's okay to say no and say we'll meet up and do something else at another time during that day or another time during the week. But you can also invite them to your workout as well. And then we talked about feeling empowered to say no without that guilt associated with saying no. And then how no doesn't need an explanation or no thank you. And we talked about different ways to say no without sounding crass and mean and all that good stuff. And then sticking to your workout schedule. So in that way, you can reach the goal that you're trying to reach. All right, lesson part 1. It's okay to carve out gym time. So we're going to talk about the immediate benefits of exercising and working out. And before I do that, I'm going to turn off my Facebook Live. So if you guys want to join the rest of this talk, I put the link in this. So please follow that link and then you guys can hop in on the Zoom. I will let you in and we will continue this talk. And if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out as well. And I will see you guys soon. All right, so we're going to go into our part 1 of this lesson. Did you know that you can increase your chance of living and reduce the lowering of your functional limitations by engaging in regular exercise? Of course, we know that. We kind of discuss this every week. But in addition to our weight management, exercise can also help with our brain health. Hence me writing things down and not forgetting. Strengthening your bones and muscles. There are some immediate benefits that happen when we do engage in regular physical activity. It can help reduce our short-term feelings of anxiety for adults. Many people are struggling with that now, especially post-COVID. It's definitely really come to light. Regular physical activity can also keep your thinking, learning, and judgment skills sharp as you age, which is definitely key. Exercise has also helped reduce the decline for those with dementia or Alzheimer's. I know I said that wrong, but you know what I meant. So exercising can help with that as well. It can help reduce your risk of depression and anxiety and help you sleep better. So when motivation is low and you are having challenges, having dedicated gym exercise time, just think of some of these benefits to hopefully help motivate you. So then that way you can stick to a routine, because we all have our different motivators. So maybe some of these things can help motivate you. So then that way you can stick to your routine. All right, journal time. Do you feel guilty for making time for your fitness? Why or why not? I know this is something we talked about a few weeks ago, but I touched base on this again because, like we talk about again every week fluctuates. There's some weeks where we have good weeks where we're rocking out, we're crushing our goals, we're getting our exercise in every week, but then some weeks are not the same. So we're going to touch base and just kind of take inventory and see how we're doing. All right, so we're going to take 1 minute, jot some things down, and go from there. Good. And if you're thinking, if you feel guilty, maybe write down an instance of where when it happened and who it happened with. Maybe it's a pattern that's popping up. Maybe you feel guilty from turning down an activity with a friend or a family member, and it's the same person over and over. Maybe figure out another way to incorporate that person in your routine. Okay. Would anyone like to share? No problem, Laura. Sue, I saw you on mute.
Yeah, I actually had this happen on Sundays. My husband and I do church like at 1 o'clock. And that can fluctuate depending on if we have stuff in the evening to do on the night before and we're sleeping in, if it's later, whatever, but it's our time regardless. And so I'm a stay up late person. And so I feel like I'm sometimes chasing other people's stuff. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I I have a fear of missing out on things. That FOMO that they talk about. Yeah, that's me since I was a little kid. I had 3 older brothers, so I think that's why I've like always chased what everybody else does because they always did such cool things. So, anyways, I think I brought that into my adult life. But anyways, so I skip my quiet time and my journaling on Sunday mornings, and then I'll sit and watch the news with my husband and do things in the morning before a church service, and and then I get kind of cranky, and I'm like, I just realized that this Sunday, I'm like, I don't need to sacrifice my quiet time to spend time with my husband. I either need to go to bed earlier or get up earlier. I mean, I did that when our son was younger. I instead of sacrificing things, I just adjusted my schedule, and that seemed to work. That was the first thing that popped into my head when you asked me. You know, I I don't necessarily feel guilty. I just not always thinking ahead of planning that.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'm happy too that you noticed a pattern and you realized and honored how you felt too, instead of like kept letting it go. Because then, like you said, you get cranky and eventually you probably would take that out like on your son or your husband. And it's good that you slowed down and kind of realized that and found a way to kind of fit in what you wanted to fit in with that time slot. So appreciate you sharing that. So now let's go into part 2, no shame in getting adequate sleep. I think most of us on here are night owls and we like to stay up late doing whatever it is that we're doing, maybe because everyone else is asleep. But here's the thing, not getting enough sleep can be harmful to your health. Oftentimes, we regularly skip out on sleep to binge on TV shows, get lost in a book, or here's that word that Sue just used, FOMO, fear of missing out. According to the CDC, if not getting enough sleep is a regular part of your routine, you can maybe be at risk, an increased risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, poor mental health, and even early death. So how much sleep do you need? What is adequate sleep and how to get it? So adults between the age of 18 and 60 need at least 7 hours of adequate sleep. Adequate sleep is waking up in the morning and feeling rested and not having that groggy feeling, and then feeling energized as soon as you wake up. A few tips that I have for you guys to get better sleep is to stick to a regular sleep schedule. So if you know that you're probably going to stay up a little later and you're able to, try to get that 7, 8 hours. So for example, I'll go to bed. If I want to get up at 6 in the morning, I'm probably going to go to bed at 10, 11 o'clock at the latest. Easier said than done, but because I want to try to get that good sleep and get my 7 to 8 hours in, I'll probably set an alarm. And I literally said this to myself today. I'm going to set an alarm so in that way it's my bedtime alarm telling me to go to bed or get ready for bed and then get in the bed. So in that way I can get up early in the morning. Get enough natural light during the day. So if you're able to and you're at work, try to go walk on your lunch break. Or if you're at home working from home, get up from out your desk, walk around outside if it's not too cold, or at least sit by the window where you're going to get some natural sunlight. Participate in physical activity during the day. There's that exercise component that's linked to good sleep. So in that way, you deplete that energy that you intake during the day. Try avoiding artificial light from TV and phones. This is a huge one. So if you are looking at that TV light or your phone light, it'll actually send a trigger to your brain that it's still daytime. And so it'll like reset you and kind of re-energize you to stay up, and it'll be harder for you to go to sleep at night. So if you are on your screens late, maybe put on that blue light or that yellow light, whatever is on your phone. So then that way you're not looking at that full bright screen on your phone or TV. Also keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. If you have pets or you have kids or if you have someone that snores, the quiet part might be a little difficult because I have all 3 of those things. It's not quiet. One has a lullaby on, another one has rain sounds on, and the cat is scratching everything and throwing stuff off the counters. But at the same time, I do try to keep it dark, and I turn the temperature down at night, and it definitely does help a lot. So yeah, those are some tips that you guys can try. Try one this week and then see how it works for you to get more sleep. All right, going into another journal time. So do you feel you are active enough throughout the week? And this is to be able to shut down at the end of the day. As I stated earlier in this lesson, that getting that physical activity will help deplete your body of the energy that you have during the day. And when I say energy, I'm referring to food intake because your nutrition is essentially your energy. So depleting that energy in your day will help you sleep better because it'll wind your body down and then put you down for rest for recovery. So that's what we want at the end of our days. So take a minute, jot that down if you feel like you're active enough. If not, then jot that down as well. Alrighty, would anyone like to share? Do you feel like you are active enough throughout the week to be able to shut down at the end of the day to sleep?
All right, Laura's way too quiet this morning, so I just got to take over. Anyway, um, yes, I feel like I get plenty of exercise, and I kind of upped my steps this year. Um, and I'm not one to really beat myself up if I don't. I'm not goal orientated. I don't know how else to put it, but I kind of get motivated by just doing stuff like being active. I don't need a whole lot of caffeine to get motivated. It does help on those days I don't get rest, but yeah, I typically get enough exercise. And I just wanted to add to what you said for sleep. Those sleep masks are amazing. Like they've helped me totally. And my between my sleep mask and my earbuds, because my husband and I are on different sleep schedules, if I get up to go to the bathroom and he's up, earbuds go in, eye mask goes on, and I am out because I can either hear the TV going or I hear him walking around, going to the bathroom, whatever. And I used to get so annoyed. So I love my earbuds and my mask. And oh, my Fitbit. That's what I wanted to say. Ever since I got my Fitbit, I've been tracking my sleep schedule. My doctor wanted me to get one for my heart variability. They're finding out that it's really important to have a good heart variability. That's the time in between your breaths, how much time, or in between your heartbeats. And also the difference between a resting heart, what is your resting heartbeat and what is your others. And I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I'm not being very technical about it, but my Fitbit is helping me a lot. And they just came out with a new stress thing that they can um, figure out, like how you've handled stressful situations according to your heart rate, your body temperature. Like this thing can tell me, I don't actually have a body temperature thing on my Fitbit, but and then I know these are just kind of generalized, they're not like exact, but I'm telling you, it's like having an accountability partner on my wrist. I love it. And it's teaching me things about myself that I didn't understand. So it's really cool.
Thanks, Sue. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out because I know they came out with some new what do you call it? Some new tech as far as their Fitbit watches too. And they had one to where for women you can check when your cycle was starting, your menstrual cycle. And I think they started one, I don't know if it's out yet, to where you can test and see, or it is let you know when you're ovulating as well, which I'm okay on that one. But those are
Well,
some.
that's cool though for women trying to get pregnant. You know what I mean?
It is, and I like that stress one you mentioned too, because I think that can also be linked to anxiety as well, because then your body does tend to heat up depending on the situation. And it doesn't have to be a negative anxiety thing. It could be something to where maybe you're introverted and you're a room full of people, and that kind of makes you a little anxious a little bit.
Hmm.
That's interesting. have to check.
Yeah, I went back in time because I mean I've had this Fitbit for, I think this will be my third year. And so it keeps track of the stuff. I don't know how far back it keeps track, but um it also keeps track like from back in like, let's see, I think it was July through November I worked for the Michigan Veteran Trust Fund, and it was an extremely stressful job, but I was managing it up until the end, till my body said, "No, you're not taking good care of me. You got to make change." And I looked back, and yeah, my stress level was way. The numbers go down when your stress goes up, so my numbers were definitely down, and I'm like, so I really need this, especially as I'm aging, because I still want to do the things that I used to do, but I can't do as many of them or as often. Um, and I do become anxious, and it's horrible. I hate to feel that way, and it does affect your sleep. So okay, I'll to bring it back, bring it back around when we start talking about.
No, you're right. It does affect your sleep. So just a side note, I went to the dentist probably a few months ago because I noticed that I would wake up with headaches, and I was actually grinding my teeth in my sleep. So clenching my jaw and grinding my teeth. So it was doing two things. It was causing me to have a headache because I'm clenching down so hard. And then two, I'm grinding my teeth down. Once you wear your teeth down, you cannot get that back. So I ended up getting a bite guard to wear at night, and they were asking me like, "Oh, are you stressed or whatnot?" I'm like, "I don't think I'm stressed. I'm asleep." But come to find out, I was stressed. It was a lot going on at night, and I was just trying to think through things and remember things instead of writing stuff down. So my brain was still like really functioning at night. And instead of me sleeping, I was still kind of going in a sense and creating like a headache for myself and grinding my teeth. So now I'm making sure I write things down and kind of leveling out my day so I'm not doing that anymore. I don't wear the bite guard because I've learned to manage, like you said, my stress better, and then I've been getting better sleep as well because I'm not tossing and turning and grinding the crap out of my teeth.
Amen, sister. I've been wearing a butt guard for I totally can relate. Oh my gosh. I've had so much dental work and stuff done. And it's people, we just don't realize how much stress we put ourselves under as Americans. Like the rest of the world has not functioned like we have. Like we're like go-getters, but also we're killing ourselves in the process. So that's like, I don't know. I'm glad that you got that. I'm actually going to get another crown because I need a new bite guard, but they don't want it until they replace this tooth. So anyways, there you go.
Laura, I see you unmuted. Was that on accident?
I thought I muted myself again. I was just gonna share that I do feel like I am able to get enough activity going on that I can go to sleep, and sometimes I have to have, it varies obviously, but the first part of the week, or when I got around certain parts of the week, I'm more active than other, which is normal. And so they're able to get enough sleep. I just have to adjust it. That's all. I'm nothing much. I'm sorry. That's it.
No, you're good. As long as you're recognizing kind of where you need to make tweaks, because again, every day is not going to be the same. Every week isn't going to be the same. Last night I got great sleep. The day before it was terrible. So I mean, it varies. You just, adjust
Right.
depending on
Right.
your days.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, just take note of it and then figure it out the next day. You're good.
Yep. 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 Agree.
All right, ladies. Welcome, Carmesita.
Hello, 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 ladies.
And you have audio. Woo!
I do.
Audio
Yay!
and
Hi,
visual.
Carmesita.
Hi. It's getting scary with this phone, and Samsung does not want to trade it out. They even had me take it into the shop, and the guy didn't find nothing wrong with it. Well, there's something wrong with it because it's a lemon, because I keep finding problems with it. So unfortunately, I'm stuck with it because I'm not buying another phone right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. All right, so we're going to go into our third lesson for the day. It's okay to turn down sedentary activities. So it's recommended that adults receive 150 minutes of moderate to intense physical activity per day to help mitigate and cut down hours of a sedentary lifestyle. So 150 minutes sounds like a lot, but you can break that down into however many days you want to work out. So for example, if you do 3 days a week, to get the 150 minutes, that is 50 minutes, 3 days a week. And then if you wanted to get more days and cut down that time, maybe 50 minutes is too much for you. If you did 4 days, that's like 37, we'll round that up to like 40 minutes. 4 days a week. So you can kind of play around with that timing. So at least you're getting the minimum recommendation. Sedentary, what does that mean? So it means to spend much time seated, and that can cause a host of ailments such as decrease in cardiac output, elevate chronic inflammation, increase cancer risk. And then outside of the normal forms of activity like weightlifting, walking, biking, here are some new ways to stay active. If you guys have not heard of them or if you have not tried them, I definitely recommend it. So we have trampolining. That's where you can get one from home. You can jump on the trampoline, or there's actually trampoline parks. Here's one that I've tried and I really enjoyed: belly dancing. So belly dancing promotes balance. It helps with digestion and it builds confidence. And it originated in Egypt, and it's a very beautiful way to like move your body. So all these things that I'm sharing, write those down and Google them and check out videos and whatnot, because a lot of these you can find on YouTube and then kind of follow along, like the belly dancing. Hula hooping. So hula hooping, old school one, grab you a hula hoop. You can do this one without, just get like a little $5 one from Walmart, or there's also weighted ones that you can find on Amazon. So hula hooping improves cardio. It helps strengthen your core, and it helps improve your balance and coordination, which is definitely needed as we age. Indoor climbing. So that's just rock climbing, but indoors, where you got those plastic pegs that you climb up and down. That is really fun if heights make you nervous, like myself. I would still recommend doing it because I've tried it a few times and I still like it. It's nice to kind of get up to the top. It's a great sense of an accomplishment, and it works your total body because you have to pull and lift, works your core and all that good stuff. Tabata. So this exercise typically has 4 minutes with very short periods of intense exercise and then very short bouts of rest. So the whole workout is literally 4 minutes, but you'll probably work out for like 20 seconds. And it's extremely intense. So say you're jogging in place, you'll go really hard for that 20 seconds and then rest for 10 seconds. And the workout, you can have various exercises within that, and it's only 4 minutes long. So if you're short on time and you want to get something in really quick, that's a good one to try.
What's it called?
Tabata, T-A-B-A-T-A.
T-A-B-A-T-A, Tabata. Never heard of that one. I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, you can find those on YouTube, or you can actually make up your own Tabata exercise, one that works for you. But yeah, it's a really good, intense, quick exercise to do.
Cool.
Pole dancing. Who's done pole dancing before? I tried it. Laura's shaking her head like, no. I've done it once. I went to a class and it is very challenging. It is a lot of upper body work, but it's really fun. Definitely works your core, upper body, and that one is another one that builds confidence as well. There's Tai Chi, which is a Chinese art form of calisthenics. And it has sequences of very slow controlled movements. So that one is a good one to try too. That one is a good total body exercise. It's slow and controlled and more methodical in as far as the movements go. If you're looking for a low impact day, I definitely would put Tai Chi in your routine. Aerial yoga. So this is yoga, but not on the mat. It is, I don't know if you've seen those straps that come down from the ceiling and you're hanging on those. Definitely check that one out, look that one up. That one's a good challenging total body one as well.
Hey, we need a field trip to a couple of these places.
I'm
Is that in the
game.
budget? Is that in the budget?
Hey, you ask, I will be the sounding board. You can make that happen.
Yeah, I would like to see that aerial yoga, and I would love to try the indoor climbing.
Got it.
That sounds really fun. And I think I tried to sign up for Tai Chi, but it was too expensive or something at the time. I just didn't have that kind of money. But yeah, that sounds really interesting. Great suggestions. And the hula hooping, weighted hula hooping. Never heard of the weighted ones, so I love hula hooping.
Yes, check that one out. Find a video on YouTube. I don't know of anyone who teaches it now. I used to years ago, but check your local community center, because I drive past mine with the billboard and they have, I don't think I've seen any of these classes on here, but Tai Chi I have. So check your local community center and see if they have a Tai Chi class. If not, it wouldn't hurt to ask, to call and see if they know anyone that would come and teach it.
The VA offers Tai Chi for free too, and you can go online and then they have classes that are online, Zoom calls.
Nice. Did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also Zumba, some dancing. Those you can find on YouTube as well. There's also Aqua Zumba. So if you don't feel as coordinated on ground, you can do it in the water. It's not as fast paced, but you got that water resistance, which would help with, toning as well. And that's a fun class. Indoor pools, of course, because we're here in Michigan. Frisbee, good old Frisbee. That's it's not for dogs. Humans can play Frisbee as well. Tossing it back and forth, that works on hand-eye coordination. That's a good little cardio exercise. You can make it as high intensity or low intensity as you like. And then boxing, or some type of like a self-defense style class. Boxing is really good. You can do with or without a bag. So boxing or kickboxing, that's something as well you can find on YouTube, and then do that right in your living room at home. All right, our last journaling prompt. Let's list some non-sedentary activities that you currently do or would like to try. So if some of the ones that we listed you would like to try, share that one. Or if you saw something that coming across YouTube while you were doing your scrolling or social media, share that one, because it might spark an idea for someone else. So we're going to take a minute now and list some non-sedentary activities you currently do or would like to try. All right, ladies, who would like to share?
Okay, I'll share. I've of these I'm gonna list, I've only done one in the past, and I'd like to get going again because of it's water aerobics that the public pool for the city has got a time frame that you can go to. And I've done it in the past. It's like a 1 hour thing, and I've got all the equipment for it because I've done it in the past. So it'd be good to get back into it when the warmer weather starts, which is like they'll have it open after Memorial Day. So I'd like to get back into doing that. The trampoline and hula hooping are also two things I would think I would like to get working on and trying to do. They would be different. I've tried trampoline in the past, but physical things are stopping me from doing it. So now that those physical things like the joints are all taken care of, what do I have a problem for anymore? I don't know. So these are things that I could review and do, you know. And, you know, exercise, the hopefully some toning and so forth. So some good ideas give us. So that's what I would like to go on.
Awesome. I love that, Laura. Especially the hula hooping one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you find a class or even get one and follow a class on YouTube or something, but have fun. Let us know when you start.
Okay. All right.
No pressure.
No pressure. Got it.
Carmesita?
Chair exercises. Thank God I did get a peddler from the VA, even though I have a stationary bike, but the peddler was actually working for the knee since I had the total knee replacement. So the chair exercises, there's the abs guru on YouTube. He's actually excellent. And he does one segment for seniors, which that's what I do because of the in all the injuries, as well as Denise Austin has a challenge every month. I believe this month is the walking one. AARP has a similar challenge every month. And the Today Show with Al Rocco, he has a walking. So I am going to start walking today. I should have been past it because I should have did it yesterday was my start date. But I'm going to get out there and go walking for 30 minutes. And if not, I'll be walking in my house for 30 minutes. And I'm going to do it every day for the next month, see if I can lose a little bit more weight.
Awesome. I like that you got a plan. You got all these various fallbacks too. So you got this.
Yay, Carmesita, you're right. AARP has some good challenges. I also saw one just the other day because I'm trying to incorporate some habit stacking with my morning ritual with getting back to my yoga. And I found Yoga with Adrienne. Like, she's my new yoga gal, and she's really soft spoken. She goes slowly, so you have actual time to get into the yoga position. But she has like a 30-day challenge. But like, I was having some digestive issues, and I just typed in on YouTube, gut issues, or yoga for gut issues or something like that. And she had one for that. So she's got a lot of things. She's really nice, and she's got a dog there. But I'm just going to reiterate the field trip to one of those facilities. I think it would be fun for us to get together and do something, even if it was just an indoor pool. And I like the idea of aqua Zumba, and I have done water aerobics with Laura. So that was fun, but it was a long time ago. And I like the trampoline, getting a trampoline and a punching bag. I was told years ago to get a punching bag, that it really helps to relieve stress. You just have to make sure that you know how to do it, because you can really jam up your joints and your shoulder and wreak havoc in a lot of things. So I think that's why I steer clear of that. I used to do, was it Taibo? I think it was called Taibo.
Billy Blank's Taibo.
Yeah, it was Billy Blank's. That's right. I had the whole VHS series.
Yep. I used to do that in college, right in my little dorm room. I'll be doing Taibo right in that little box.
But he did. He used to say, make sure you're not like throwing your shoulder out and da 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 and turning your wrists and all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, I really appreciate a lot of these suggestions, Teena. Thank you.
You're welcome, ladies. Yeah, I have to work on us doing a field trip somewhere. That
You know,
Just got to plan I'm not on a Tuesday with my pickleball right now.
the YMCA downtown used to let the VA come in for a couple of sessions, where they had a couple of sessions of veterans coming in on a weekly basis, going in there and exercising for free.
nice.
So
Yeah, I might have to tap into them to have them like spread it out in different areas. But then the thing is too, like since COVID, a lot of those things kind of stopped, and then getting people back in to teach and people to come out has still been a challenge, but still worth an ask.
very true.
All right, ladies, great job today. Thanks for sharing your information, your stories, and I hope you guys came away with some good information. So we're going to go into our word of the week. Word of the week is lively, full of life and energy, active and outgoing. So I hope as you go forth in your week this week that you be lively. And then the challenge of the week is to try to get at least 7 hours of sleep in one night. So I'm just asking, one day out the week, this week, try to get 7 hours and then document how you feel the next day. I'm going to start that tonight. I'm going to go to bed no later than 11 p.m. and then see how I do tomorrow, getting up at 6 a.m. because last night I went to bed at 1 and yeah, I paid for it this morning. So join me in that challenge. And then next week topic, we're going to talk about unapologetic about turning down food. All right, so we're going to go into that next week. And if you guys have any questions or need anything throughout the week, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will see you all next week at 11:15 a.m. Scan the QR code and you'll get the link to send to another sister friend, so that way you can invite her to come out and partake in this fitness focused self-care as well.
Happy St. Patty's Day to you all from the McCains.
Happy St.
Oh
Patrick's
yeah,
Day.
happy St. Patrick's Day. I don't have green on. I had it on yesterday and the day before, and I got other days.
You got till
so
Friday. It's all good, Laura. It's all good.
I got more days. I got more outfits. You got them.
Yep.
Have a great one, ladies.
You
Have a good
too.